The tracking is done. Now what I want to do is to solve the camera. Camera solve, start. It solves the camera, but I have to do a lot of analyzing to be able to recognize if the camera works fine. So, oh, why? No, that's fine. Okay. So, I have to go to the 3D and I have to look at that. Okay, it seems all right. You know, you see that you can see the door here. You can see the walls behind Minsu's. You can see some stuff here. There are some malfunctioning stuff like these points. I can select all of them and delete. So behind this wall, no point was visible. I can delete them. And I can delete all these points at the end. So look at the camera movement. It seems it's working fine. You can move the origin top. So I can say this point here in 2D. Let's say, yeah, that's that point. Or the one on top. I selected scene geometry and I say this is gonna be add coordination from hint. I say this is origin, connect to selected, and when I update my coordination, you see that the scene geometry gets updated. So you can add lots of other information. They are really helpful. So let's say I want them to be like completely upright. So I can say, so I select, let's say, I select some, okay, this window is a good one for Y direction. So I select this point, shift select, control select the one on top, add a coordination from hint, and I say this is gonna be a Y axis. Connect to those selected, and in 3D when I say, you see that I update, it becomes, you know, it's all about just making a nice and well oriented scene. So you see that the scene is a bit diagonal. I want to define another, so x-axis as well. So that was Y. For X, I can say, for example, I can say, yeah, I can say this one here, and this one here. I don't know how trustable those points will be, but it seems we can trust them because they don't slide too much. Oh no, the first one is not on the right object here. So I select two other points. I select maybe this one. The yellow one, and something from here, and this one with control. So two points has been selected. I add another coordination and I tell this is X coordination and connect it, and you will see when I update the coordination framework, it orients them based on that. But you can do that in Maya as well. You can do a lot of rotation and stuff in Maya. That last one didn't work. I didn't like it. So I delete that last one because I told you. So I update that. So I think I'm fine with that. So I see the door. I see the door frame here, and I see all those pieces behind Minsu, and yeah, it's good. So I export the camera. So I'm gonna save the. So first of all, let's save. You know that BOUJOU is not stable. I save it into the same. I save the project first. So let's go inside here. I save a BOUJOU file here. Oh, come on. This is object tracking. Okay. And now I'm going to export the camera over there. Object tracking, the BOUJOU file, Maya 4+ fine. Moving camera, the camera moves, but scene doesn't. So moving camera, static scene. Save it. It got exported slowly. Let's wait. And now after that, I save it as object tracking. So I'm going to save it first. So I Control S, save it, and then File, save as a new one. So the first one I call it scene tracking, scene tracked, and this was the scene. I save it as. This time I'm gonna just track Minsu. So I say character tracked. So I select it and I remove all the tracking information that I got. So I remove. So I go remove the solve, camera solve. I delete it. Let's go back to the to the first step, to the very first step. So now, this time, I'm going to track Minsu, not the environment. So right-click on the mask, and I invert the mask. So the environment is not going to be tracked. Minsu is going to be tracked. So let's track Minsu. So the lens data is the same. That is really, really important for object tracking. Why I keep insisting on that? Because if the lens information for the tracking of the scene and the object would be different, you will get two different results. So you should be really strict about that. So lens information, we know that, we have added that. The camera information, let's check that out again. Yes, it's all true. It's based on my sensor size information. Let's track Minsu. Yay, go for it. It says it's going to delete all the previous tracking. It's fine. I already have saved it in a separate scene. Yes. Scene geometry. Okay, I'll be there soon. So let me stop that one. Okay, Minsu just got tracked, and I solved the camera now. Again, start and solve the camera. So camera has been solved as well. So you will see something really weird here now. So if I go to the 3D, what you will see that Minsu is there. So it's a point cloud of the Minsu face, and the camera rotates around Minsu, not Minsu. But when I export, so what I have to do, is I have to go to the export the camera. This is the tricky part. So I call it, so let me save the scene first. Export camera. I reverse the tracking here. I say this is as a static camera and a moving scene. So I don't go to the moving camera and a static scene. This is a static camera and moving scene. We are cheating the tracking information to give us the object tracker. So I save it. Okay. So this is okay. Yeah, just saved. Let's have a look at my BOUJOU folder, character tracked and object. Did I just overwrite the? Yeah. So this is a scene tracked. Scene tracked, and the character has been tracked as well. I keep the BOUJOU open. I go into Maya. Let's go and import them. Let's get them in and check them out. So scene tracked, drag and drop. So the camera information is there. You see that it moves. So the door is over there. Everything looks fine. That's all right. It's just tiny. I select everything. Just select one part, press up arrow, select everything. Up arrow again. Yeah, make sure all the BOUJOU data is selected, and just make it like 10 times bigger. Yeah, that's more manageable now. I bring in the object tracked as well. Am I recording? Yes, the recording is happening. Yeah, I don't think yeah, the recording is going. Okay, so BOUJOU character tracked as well. You will see something weird here. So this one should get larger as well. The second camera, which is for the character, I'm gonna make it larger 10 times as well. So I remove the image plane for the so this is character tracked, and the first one is scene tracked. So I remove the image plane for the character tracked. So we just have one. So one of them looks like Minsu. Look at that. So this looks like a character that is walking. So here is the tricky part. So first of all, go to the first frame. So let me select Minsu 1, Minsu group. You will see that there is a door here. So I select the whole group and I resize it. So just look at the point cloud. You will see that there is a door here. So just try to position Minsu with the right size within the door. Just guess. Okay. For now, I want to just guess. I just want to guess and position Minsu within the door. So you can split Maya into layout, 2 panes side by side, and this will be your perspective from scene. So yeah, and this is, again, I insist, you have to select the whole group. So select the whole group, move it around. So try to attach it to the Minsu, Just make sure that, so you see that Minsu is within the door frame. It's kind of overlaying, so I can see that this is his hoodie. It's a bit big. I just make it smaller, maybe. No, I don't rotate it. Okay. You will see what. Okay. So now if I move the camera, it moves with the Minsu, but it just falls behind. So the reason is, okay, now this is the time. I have to attach this camera to the other camera. So how I do that? I select the camera. No, I don't select the camera. I just select the group again. I hold D. So by holding D, I want to change the pivot point. And I hold V. It means that I want to snap the pivot point to something. And I snap the pivot point to the camera. To the middle of the camera, this camera. Okay. Now, I snap this camera to the, so the camera is actually just one single point in the space. So, and that single point is right in the middle of the lens. So if I put this camera on that camera, those cameras are aligned. So again, hold V this time because I want to move this whole group. Hold V and attach it here. So the cameras are aligned, but Minsu is not, looks smaller. So I just change the size a bit. Look at here. Minsu is too much behind the door. Yeah, maybe here. So you see that if I change the size, nothing happens here because cameras are aligned. So if something like here around. So if I move the camera again, you will see it comes, but it doesn't match because they are aligned, but the movement doesn't follow that. What we have to do, I select this camera and I select this group. So again, the camera, hold, control, and group. And I go to the animation and constraint, parent constraint. So what would happen here, you will see that the big camera carries the small camera with it. So what would happen on the Minsu? Voila. So the tracking, it's all because of Minsu. So the tracking, just look at the tracking point cloud. It's Minsu, it's walking. So I have a representation of Minsu within the 3D space now. So if I add a geometry, so let's say you add a geometry on his head. So let's test our tracking. So I'm gonna assign this box on his head. Minsu the box head. So the camera that will look to is the scene camera. Okay, so the character camera is not used anymore. So let's see if that follows him. So just test our theory, and then if it works, we will bring the deer head and replace it with Minsu. And then we'll render it out, and then it's good that Minsu has this blue hoodie because there's lots of contrast with his head, so it can be tracked, can be keyed. We can use it, Minsu, as a green screen, blue screen actually. So I grab one of these locators, Control Shift, and select the box and go to the constraint again, parent constraint. So just check if it moves the box. Yes. Scene tracking 5. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna save that one. Oh, we didn't save it yet. So Miso integration version 2. So I delete that one. Let's take a break for a few minutes. I have to be in a meeting for 10 minutes and I will be back.